The lost child wandered through the dense forest, his heart pounding with fear. He had strayed too far from his village, chasing after a butterfly, and now he was hopelessly lost. As the sun began to set, the shadows grew longer, and the forest seemed to come alive with strange noises. The child shivered, wishing he had never left home. Suddenly, he heard a soft voice calling his name. It was a soothing voice, promising safety and warmth. Desperate, he followed the sound deeper into the woods. He soon found himself in a clearing where three old witches sat around a bubbling cauldron. They looked up as he approached, their eyes gleaming with mischief. "Welcome, little one," the first witch cackled. "We've been expecting you." The child hesitated, unsure whether to trust them. The second witch smiled, her teeth sharp and glistening. "Join us in our game," she said, "and we will help you find your way home." The third witch, the kindest looking of the three, handed him a small, glowing stone. "This will guide you," she whispered, "but only if you play by our rules." The child, having no other choice, agreed to play. The witches explained the rules. He must solve 3 riddles, each more challenging than the last. If he succeeded, they would show him the path back to his village. If he failed, he would remain in the forest forever, a pawn in their endless game. The first riddle was simple, and the child answered it with ease. The witches nodded approvingly, and the stone in his hand glowed brighter. The second riddle was trickier, but after some thought, the child managed to solve it. The witches clapped their hands, and the forest seemed to cheer with them. The final riddle was the most difficult, and the child struggled to find the answer. Time seemed to stretch on, and the witches watched him with eager eyes. Just as he was about to give up, inspiration struck, and he shouted the answer. The witches groaned in disappointment, but they kept their promise. The glowing stone led the child through the forest, illuminating the path back to his village. He ran, heart pounding with relief and joy. As he reached the edge of the forest, he turned back to see the witches watching him, their expressions unreadable. He waved, grateful for their help. The child returned home, wiser and more cautious. He never forgot the witches' game and the lessons he learned in the heart of the forest.